Hey guys, Pokemon Nerd 4 here. You know what time it is? It's time to talk about Pink Floyd. Let's rank all their albums. Pink Floyd fans, I apologize. You're not going to like the rankings I give these albums. And pardon me if my memory's kind of shot. I haven't listened to these in a while. So, yeah. Let's begin. Their debut album, I believe it's called A Momentary Lapse of Reason. I think that's what it was called. C minus. It's not my thing, but I understand why people would like it. Similarly, more. I think it was I didn't like it. I like that one even less. I think. Um, yeah, and then they did no, that was just. I forgot what this one was called. More, I even like less than that. So I apologize, Pink Floyd fans, but yeah, not. You're not gonna like this. This is gonna be kind of brief. I'm gonna mainly talk about the heavy hitters for me. Um, I don't remember what half these albums' names were. I'm gonna be very honest with you. Umaganda, I believe I don't know how to pronounce it. Somebody's gonna roast me in the comments for this, but yeah, I like this one more. I think this was their best one, but still not quite there. The mark for me. Adam Hart Mother again doesn't quite hit the mark, but it's close. C average for me. Metal I thought was pretty decent. I'm gonna give it a B. Um, this is another one of those soundtracks. I don't like band soundtracks from the 70s and 80s. I don't know what it is. A band will do a soundtrack to a movie, and I'm just not a fan of it. Like where they do a whole soundtrack. I'm not a fan of it. That one I'm not really a fan of. Here we go. You got a first S tier. Dark Side of the Moon. Do I need to say anything more? My personal second favorite Pink Floyd album. We'll see which one's number one. I love the vibe, the the storytelling, the experience, especially side one of the life through death experience and stuff. Very well thought, very well created. I think this was also recorded on a similar machine that the Beatles used. Anyway, I'm getting all nerdy. Okay. Wish You Were Here. S minus. I actually quite like this one. My favorite song on this album is Have a Cigar, but yeah, I quite like the record. This is peak Pink Floyd for me. This era, the mid to late '70s for me is like peak Pink Floyd. So yeah, I really like Wish You Were Here. Yeah. Animals. I'm gonna give it an A tier. I love the album. I need to read Animal Farm. I really liked 1984, and maybe when I read, eventually I'll read Animal Farm. And of course, there's an Animal Farm movie coming out shortly. I know I'm going off topic, but this album was loosely inspired by the book Animal Farm. So it's on my to do list of things to do. I know I just totally said the same thing twice, but who cares? I quite like the record. It's not quite these two, but it's good. It's one that I would spin up again. Yeah, and now we get to my personal favorite Pink Floyd album, The Wall. Personally, it's my favorite Pink Floyd album. The idea of being, you know, finding your own mental state and all that is um, makes it a very strong album and a very relatable to some. And I personally quite like it. I like the movie as well. I didn't like the movie before listening to the record, but after listening to the record, I understand it more. Of course, there's some songs that were played on the tour and in in the film that are not on the album, which was later put on the next album we're going to talk about. We're not quite there yet, but it's perfectly sequenced. Another Brick in the Wall, I think, is my favorite Pink Floyd song. the odd combination of disco and rock. I think just makes for a very clever and very smart song. And what adds it even more is the kids choir that was hired to do that song. If you know about it, you know. Um, yeah, I quite like The Wall. It's one of my favorites. The Wall and The Dark Side of the Moon are like the two Pink Floyd albums I spent over and over and over and over again. So yeah, those two I think define the band for me, at least for me. All right, here's the other album I mentioned. This is The Final Cut. I wasn't a fan. I played it. I was like, no, this isn't my thing. Actually, I think I'm gonna put it here. No, no, no. There we go. It's not my thing. I didn't quite care for it. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. And the later stuff, I'm not a fan of. The last three records, I'm just not a fan of. As I said, Pink Floyd fans are probably pissed because I only like these four albums, but these four albums to me make their career what the specialty that they are. You know, they're well known. Make them worth their title of one of the greatest bands of all time. Those are the albums. It's not quite Rush, so at least in my opinion. So yeah, I don't have very much else to say. I know it's quite short, partially because I don't remember everything, and also partially because honestly, I don't have very much else to say for the stuff I don't really care for. Whenever I don't like a record, I usually don't have very much to say anyway. So yeah, I apologize, Pink Floyd fans. Tier list is done. I have two more to record. Next up, for you guys, I think it's going to be ACDC for public. Patrons already saw it though. And then, or did they put it up already? I forget already. But, yeah, if that's not it, Guns N' Roses is next. That's the one I'm going to go record next. And then I have one more to record, which is Soundgarden. And I'm going to go start listening to some more music. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. Take care, everybody. Peace.